Oscar Mike Radio is a proud podcast partner of Wreaths Across America Radio, heard every Thursday at 11 a.m. and Sunday at 8 a.m. Eastern. They're also big supporters of the nonprofit I Got Your Six, Two Lives at Once. And with every wreath you sponsor through Oscar Mike Radio, $5 goes back to this great organization dedicated to making a difference in the lives of veterans, law enforcement, firefighters, and first responders battling PTSD. Two Lives at Once pairs these brave men and women together with dogs rescued from kill shelters. In this way, two lives are saved at the same time by saving each other. Donate now. Go to wreathsacrossamerica.org/Oscar Mike Radio to help. That's wreathsacrossamerica.org/Oscar Mike Radio.
There was peace unknown. I set out to get you with a fine-tooth comb. I was soft inside. There was something going on.
Monotony. It comes in all shapes and sizes. Dull, tedious, just plain boring. But what is this? A contender, perhaps? Something unboring by the looks of it. Jabs right at dull, an uppercut to tedium, something that keeps you on your toes, keeps your head on a swivel, a knockout punch to your old, boring workouts. Welcome to Fight Camp.
Notorious, we notorious, yeah we notorious, yeah we some warriors, out here feeling glorious, yeah we notorious.
The educational crisis in this country is the civil rights issue of our time.
So you go to Washington, D.C., our capital, right? Go right down the street. Some of the worst schools in America are less than 2 miles from the state capital.
As a family, how was our report card?
Show me a lazy child, I'ma show you a lazy parent.
There was that village that was there. It is different.
I mean, because you're dealing at times with a lot of trauma. And that trauma sometimes may be caused by the school, but a lot of times it's outside of school.
It was a very chaotic household. There was always someone yelling, someone fighting, the cops being called.
Students don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. You know calculus, who cares?
If there was any system anywhere that was failing white students to the tune of 83%, the system wouldn't exist anymore. It would have been broken into 1,000,000 pieces.
Now, the expectations for what success are
is so low. Like, we're letting kids make up work, you can make it up, don't worry about it, do it again.
Instead, we make things crutches, and I don't like that.
I think the real issue in education is mediocrity. The person who comes to work every day and just does the job.
You have failed these students. This is child abuse. And those who have abused these children should be held accountable.
Can anybody out there hear me? Hear me?
Get ready! Woo! We are on tour and we're doing it better than anybody else alive. Now, Buddy Landell, it's so hard for me to sit back here in this studio looking at a guy out here hollering my name.
Yeah, every bar's holy, straight divinity. Great stability with ancient wizardry. God goes writing on the page after I prayed, he visits me. My frame is spiritually plateauing when angels lifted me.
Welcome to Turnbuckles and Spilt Liquor Podcast. My name is Lito, with my co-host Sinista1. And how you doing today?
Trying to stay in this, out of this heat that we got here in Boston right now. We've been up and down, but we've been more up than down temperature-wise. So,
right, that's good. Yeah, it's hot here too. Hot here as well, in Ohio. So everybody's trying to stay hydrated, drink plenty of water.
Plays games with your mental health too. If you're not drinking enough, it plays games with your mental health, because if you're not drinking enough water and you start to get dehydrated, there's some things that can go on really bad for you. So your temper level goes up. All that stuff plays into it. So.
Not just that too. I seen something on Facebook today that was kind of, what's the word? It was kind of weird. Not kind of weird. It was weird. Somebody that I know, he's a good dude. And he pretty much got on and he was just talking about how he's tired of the world. He's tired of Earth. He's tired of this place. He said that everything that he's done in his life, he's done. He's been places, people will never be able to visit in their lives. He's driven or drove some of the best cars, a Rolls Royce. He's been in a Bentley before. But he was saying, like, certain things that go on in this world he's just tired of. And he said if he died today, he'd be fine. And he said, so if anybody had a problem with him, don't threaten him with death, because he'll tell you to do it. And it led me to think, man, like, I know my wife always says I'm the lawyer for men, black men in particular. But I feel like, in all honesty, and we're gonna get back to wrestling, but I just had to this was just on my heart. We coming off of men's mental awareness month. We don't know what people go through on a day-to-day basis. For him to come to get on a video and say that, I cannot say that I have not been in that position before, meaning feeling like stuff is just hard as hell, and no matter the best that you do, you can do the best that you want, and still it's almost like it's never enough. Life is hard, man. It really is. And yeah, life is hard. And I always say, don't judge a book by its cover, because you never know what someone is going through on a day-to-day basis. And black men have, and like I said, this is just the way I feel. You know what I'm saying? Black men have a lot of pressure in life to do well for several reasons. We don't have to get into all of those, but we have a lot. We carry a lot on a day-to-day, and most times we don't say shit. Most times we don't talk about it. Life is hard. And I feel that out of 7 days a week, 4 or 5 of them, I probably think about that to myself like, damn, life is tough. What about you, Sinister? Do you ever feel that way?
No, because I think you're younger than me, so I remember feeling those periods, those times. For me though, a lot of things changed for me when my first son was born, and then shortly after, 3 years later, my second son was born. So for me, once my boys were born, it changed a lot because I realized that I'm not just here for me. I'm not just here for myself. I'm here for 2 other people who are going to need me to be there for them for the rest of their lives. Were there times that, when me and their mother split that were tough? Yeah, there were. But again, the main focus was, keeping it on my boys, in a real quick nutshell, there was a lot of relationships and things that I had with other women that went south because, I stayed loyal to my boys. End of the day, the mother called me, the car broke down. I'm on a date with somebody, but the car broke down. Hey, I got to go help them out. What do you mean you got to go help them out? That's just your baby's mother. Let her figure it out. Nah. That's my boys in the car on the highway. They broke down.
It ain't just her by herself, right?
I'm a mechanic. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna sit here and let my boys say why dad didn't come help when he's a mechanic and keep us safe. That's not how it works. So there were a lot of times where I put my kids before myself. And it could have been a baddie, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. And I went through that. I heard. Trust me, I heard it. You're a sucker. You're this. You're that. But, one of the things that I heard, that I did is some people say that you did a lot of things that a lot of black men didn't do. And that's unfortunately because in society, a lot of black men weren't lucky like me to have a dad like I had to instill stuff with me. You kind of came up in that generation where,
Yes,
it was a single mother household. The world and TV and entertainment portrayed this certain aspect of how black men should grow up, and this is why a lot of 90s and early 2000 young men ended up, in gang violence and things of that sort.
Right.
I was lucky to come up in the 70s and 80s and get instilled good values as a father. So, that was one of the things I focused on. Trust me, because I was a hellraiser before I had my first son was born. I was all over the place. I had nice cars. I was making, I was at 20 something years old and I was making $29 an hour. You know what I'm saying? So I'm rolling around in a Mitsubishi ESI twin turbo, with a phone in it, a bag phone. You know how that was back in the day before that was crazy. I'm ordering Chinese food, trying to press women at $3 a minute. Not even waiting for the free weekends.
Right.
So my boys really held it down for me. I don't think my boys really realized how much of it. And both my boys, when they were born, they were both preemies. So my first son, he was 3. My first son came early because their mother, she had an abruption, which is when the placenta ruptures in the middle of the night, and we thought she was hemorrhaging because it looked like blood. And they rushed her to the hospital, and they're like, the baby's got to come. The baby's going to have to come. We'll let you know. And, that she stayed in the hospital in Rhode Island, I don't know, for like 3 or 4 days, and then I got the call, hey, we got to deliver this baby. And I'm like, what? You know? And so my first son, Tyreek, whose birthday was just last week, he was born into this world at 3 pounds, 4 ounces. And, you know, they told us that, you know, he's not going to survive. It's really hard for preemies to do this, that, blah, blah, blah. But one of the things that they told us was breast milk is the best thing for him. So we were home in Brockton. He was in Rhode Island. My son was in Rhode Island at a special NICU ward. She pumped breast milk, and I drove breast milk to Rhode Island every other day. And I had dudes that was like, yo, bro, come on out, hang out with us. And I'm like, no, bro, I got to take this breast milk. And they'd be dudes was clowning me, you know? But I'm like, yo, bro, you don't understand. This is the life of my son is in jeopardy if I don't bring this breast milk. Just get him formula. It's not like that. The doctor told us that breast milk has all types of vitamins and enzymes and things in it, antibodies that you can't get from formula. He needs breast milk. And she was pumping she was pumping so much it was like a milk factory at our house, for real. And I'm driving down there for 6 months taking breast milk down there. Because this all happened because she got toxemia. And then my second son was born, and they told us, she can't get toxemia again. Once you have it once, you'll never get it again. Guess what happened? She got toxemia a second time because she had an overactive glands.
Okay.
And that's what caused.
And you know they say
toxemia
too
twice.
when a woman pumps breast milk, it's like running 8 miles or something like that for them.
It's crazy, yo.
It's
crazy.
I'm
So
like,
when I used to,
that's why they lose so much weight.
Yep, and I see these people, you know, when they talk about being able to breastfeed in public and things of that sort. And sometimes I like to argue with those people because we did this both times, and we would go to restaurants and she would pump before we left the house, so she wouldn't have to do it in public. We pump. You're pumping so much. There's really no reason to breastfeed in public. They really, it's your choice. I give it. I'm gonna say that right now. I don't want everybody coming at me. It is your choice to breastfeed in public, but to be honest, you don't have to, because you're pumping so much. A woman will tell you if you're pumping like you should be pumping. Trust and believe me, you got milk ready for when you go out shopping, or when you go to the movies, or when you go to the beach. So that's what did it for me, man. That's what did it for me. The birth of my sons.
That's what's up, man. I didn't mean to make this like one of those, but I seen that today, and it kind of like. I thought about it, like the look on his face was like if I left today, I'd be all right. That's what he said, like. And I don't think like that, but
I took that a different way. I took that as he felt like he might have accomplished everything that he could accomplish. That's kind of how I was taking it. That's how I take it.
But as a 40-something-year-old man.
Yep, you said all the stuff. You said,
that's what he said.
He feels like he's seen it all. He feels like there's nothing no one else can show him. And some people, they're like that.
And he said he was just like, I'm tired. I'm ready to like. He said it like that, like I'm ready to,
Yeah.
I was like,
but
wow.
he may find something that may pop his interest and bring him back to But
yeah, I hope he does, man. I'm definitely gonna reach out because. He don't really talk much for real. So even when you reach out to him, a lot of times he just keep to himself. But I hope that he'll answer my call when I call me. But yeah, man, life is hard, bro. That's just it's hard for men. It's hard for women too. Don't get me wrong. But when you think about all of the things that society places on the shoulders of a man, what a man is supposed to do, the definition of a man, what a man is. There's so many definitions of what a man is. It doesn't it's not just what society says. You know what I'm saying? Like society just says, oh, provide and protect, yada yada. You know what I'm saying? It's much more than just that. I feel like we need to get out of just saying stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But society paints that picture. of what a man is and what a man is supposed to do. And then these people that get on these social media platforms like IG and TikTok acting like they the perfect husband or the perfect wife. Like, we see clips of y'all. We don't see your whole life. And they be pastors, bro. They be pastors.
Fake book.
Yeah, they be pastors. These pastors be acting like they got the perfect life. There's no such thing as you should do this for your, you know.
I don't know how many people, including myself, you know, they're on Facebook with the perfect lives, and then when 2 years later it pops up, and you know the drama hits, and they're getting divorced, and everybody's like, they look so happy, but it was like, no, but they're not. But they weren't. These
are relationship goals.
It was fake book. It was fake book. It was fake book.
Or fake gram. Fake gram.
You know. Insta fake.
Yeah, insta fake. Fake talk. Yeah, man. Let's get into these topics.
There's a couple of trailers that were added to the intro to the show if you guys were watching. My man Newbie Productions, Newbie Rateau, who's won an Emmy, he is releasing his new film Report Card. This is a movie that's focusing on a lot of problems around the country. If you guys saw the trailer, Dr. Umar is in this film. There's a lot of people in this movie, and I will be at the premiere. I would love to get Kevin out here to be at the premiere with us, but it's a short notice because it's in a couple of weeks to premiere.
Is it? Shit.
Yeah, it's like 3 weeks. It's like in 3 weeks. But I've actually reached out to Newbie, and I'm gonna actually put him in touch with you, Kevin, because I think he's once he does his screening here, he's going to be looking to go across the country and show this screening. So I know you have some people who are in the chat who are linked to schools and things of that such.
Yes, sir.
I want to get you with him, and maybe he could, because he'll come out there. And if he can screen that movie and then do a premiere out there in Ohio. So I'm going to definitely put you in touch.
That'd be dope.
Yeah. And then Slingshot. Oh, you actually know Newbie. We did the black. We did that one show.
I met Newbie,
Yep. We did the show that we felt like it was stolen from us. Because the shit was...
And we only had one episode, and then right after that, something else came up that was almost like the same thing that we were doing.
Same color scheme, same topics. I'm like, yo, did this brother see our show?
And we mentioned him. Remember, we mentioned him in the show, and then turned around, and then all of a sudden, like, I was like, what? That was crazy.
When you hit me up, I was like, yo, bro, I'm thinking the same exact thing. Like, bro, did he see our shit?
Bro, if he didn't, really somebody that he knows seen it and was like, yo,
man, I wanted to slap his wilding out butt. 14 kid having. And my event, I gotta mention my event, July 26th. Slingshots for Shriners. That's the ride with the slingshots, and I gotta thank everybody for already signing up. We're already at like 15 slingshots, and we still got 3 weeks left, and it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Craziness.
Vengeance.
Yep. You saw me with my DJ gear in it twice, right? That's how I'm coming to Ohio. If you got the speakers and all the shit for me to hook up to, that's how I'm coming.
That's nothing to get. There's nothing to get speakers. There's nothing to get speakers.
Man. I might bring my own cables because I'm anal. I'm a DJ. Like, I'm anal about my cables, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want to be going to somebody and be like, oh, I got cables, bro. Then you get there and they got the shit all duct tape, and you know how it be sometimes, dude.
I do.
You gotta hold the aux this way, bro, so it don't crackle.
Yeah, exactly. You got a shortage in it. What? No. It got a shortage in it, man. So I had to put some tape on it.
Somebody hired me one time for an event and said, "You're all set, bro. Just bring your controller. We got the wires." I got there. They had a house sound system, right? But the 1/4 plug-in, yo, dude had a popsicle stick taped to the wire, so the wire wouldn't bend and it wouldn't lose the signal. Yo. I have to tell you what color that person was, because you know that's something black people do. Let me get this popsicle stick and keep the wire from bending.
Yo, that's crazy.
I don't even tell you what
I mean, completely nuts is what that is. Wow. That's crazy. But yeah, it wouldn't be nothing for me to get some speakers here. So
Yeah,
I'm
you
actually
got
going
that
to
pool.
call tomorrow and see if we can do this pool party sometime soon. So we do the pool party. You going to...
Yeah. Yep. I'm locked down for July, but if you can get it in,
August or
yep.
September.
Yep.
But August, yeah, preferably August.
August would be nice. Yes.
It had to be within the first 2-3 weeks. The hot, when it's hot, it's getting hot out.
Yeah,
with the
that second week, I think I'm wide open.
Okay.
So, August 2nd, I do have something on the 2nd, but I think the weekend after the 2nd, I'm wide open. So.
Okay.
Let me know because I'll put the controller in the seat with the seatbelt.
I was gonna say something and mess with you, but I forgot we on live. Yeah. I was gonna say something, but I'll get you after when we get off of here. Oh man. Conventions and indies. New England Fan Fest 11, May 2nd, 2026. You guys, tickets are still open. We need to get him back on here so he can give us an update. We are a vendor. Turnbuckles and Spilt Liquor Podcast is a vendor there. So can't wait to see everybody, man. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be one of them one conventions. Oh, gotta say this too. Shout out Whatnot and shout out. Let me. I gotta say his name, bro, because this dude's cool. Canic. He is a part of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. He may be doing our podcast here soon. Canic had a show. I go in there and he's selling some things, and he wasn't selling some things that I actually needed. So I'm like, well, maybe I'll just sit here and chill for a second. He said he had the San Diego Comic-Con, which is coming up here in July. He said, I got the San Diego Comic-Con Ultimate Edition John Cena that I am, it's going to be a giveaway at the end of the show. So I stayed in the show. He showed everybody. If nobody has seen that, My Damn Toys just did a review of it. Shout out to Bret, MDT. Shout out to My Damn Toys. Hopefully he gets on here soon. He told me he'd be so busy, but MDT, shout out to my boy MDT, My Damn Toys. Anytime he does a Whatnot stream, I try to make sure I'm in there to support for sure. And so Canic does this show, and he's selling, he sells the major bendies and stuff like that for the major figure wrestling podcast. I'm sorry, Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. He sells the bendies and stuff like that. He sells like Matt Cardona's and stuff like that. And he got his own bendy that he actually sells too, which I'm gonna cop. I'm looking at his stuff now. He's got like some Johnny Gargano major bendies. He's got some Jeff Jarrett's, some Dynamite kids. He's got some stuff that he's actually like him himself. Like he signed, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, word, that's dope, you know what I'm saying? So I'm in there, I stay in there for the, for the giveaway, because the giveaway is for this action figure that is still in its original packaging, that Mattel sends out to certain people. So if you get it early, it's because Mattel has you on their list. They send them out to you for you to do reviews on, and stuff like that. Or just send it out to you for you to keep. You know what I'm saying? It's yours. So it's 120 people inside of there. And it goes up. It said, it goes up for you to enter to the giveaway. Giveaway runs for about 6 minutes, and then it shovels through names. Your boy won.
Nice.
Your boy won. Everybody was like, KJ the Collector. Like, shout out KJ the Collector. And he was like, and Kanik was like, I don't think you bought anything from me. Hopefully, you will in the future. I said, most definitely I support. This is a major thing for me. So, like, as soon as I get it in, I'm definitely going to show it on here. I should have it. I don't think he sent it out yet. I think he takes like 3 or 4 days before he ships. Yeah. I was hyped.
I'm pretty sure.
And yeah, because it's getting shown at San Diego Comic-Con, and not a lot of people have it yet. And San Diego Comic-Con isn't until the end of this month, like towards the end, like the 20-something.
Right.
So either way, I'll have it, you know what I'm saying, before other people are even able to purchase it, because you won't be able to purchase it until the 24th, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So, was hype about that. So when I have it, I'm going to do a review of the action figure, because I'm gonna crack it open, do a review of it. Also going to do when they put it up on Mattel's website, I'm going to get another one just to have for men on card. But yeah, most definitely hype about that. So shout out to Kanik. Shout out to the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, and I did send him a message and told him what we do, and he said he would do our podcast. Just let him know when. You know what I'm saying? So
nice.
Word.
Nice.
Word. So that's super dope. I was hype about that. Bret Hart will be at WrestleCon. That's gonna be
That's a long line. I'm just saying. I'm just letting y'all know right now. That's gonna be a long line. Make sure you got all your merch tight to be signed, but that line's gonna be long. Bring your water, your snacks.
That's the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Don't sleep on this, y'all.
$150 for something signed in a photo is worth it. Don't even go there and be talking about 150 is too much. Nope. Not for Bret Hart, bro. Not for Bret Hart.
Not at all.
No way.
That's the
Cough
hitman.
that up. Cash App, borrow it from Cash App or something.
Yeah, for real. Do something.
Because he's an older guy. There's not many of these around. Not many of these type of legends around.
He just had a birthday too. I think he's 68.
Yeah, yeah. And I didn't even know he was a fan of chocolate. When I first saw his wife, I was like, oh, Bret Hart's like this? I'm like, what? This Canadian been on the down low, bro. Keeping it real quiet. It's amazing when you look at some of these wrestlers and they be having, you know what I'm saying? Bret Hart, Cody Rhodes,
Randy
Braun
Orton.
Strowman, Randy Orton. It's like, wow. Aleister Black.
Yeah, Aleister. You always...
Yeah, because for those who don't know, Aleister Black's wife is Zelina Vega.
Yeah.
So.
I don't want to go there yet because Zelina Vega, man. Her wrestling skills is like...
We'll talk about it. I was happy. I ain't gonna lie. I was so happy. When we get into our review, I'm happy as hell. Can't wait to talk about that. What up, Maddie C?
Maddie C, what up? AEW, Mercedes Mone reaches 400 days as AEW champ.
That's crazy.
Man, she's been killing it. The crowd, and Everybody loves her, man.
Since she left WWE, she's she did a little stint on Mandalorian, and then she got signed to AEW, and she hasn't looked back.
Yeah.
Big ups to her.
Yep. Carlito is going to face Matt Riddle at the AEW Dynamite July 25th in North Carolina.
That's hilarious.
Kind of knew that was going to happen.
I actually just saw a video with Matt Riddle being confronted by Goldberg. That's hilarious. If you all haven't seen this video yet, it's out there. If you guys don't remember, Matt Riddle talked some shit about Goldberg, like real shit. Talked some real shit. And Goldberg caught up with him backstage at a show.
Oh, so it was a real confrontation.
Yeah. And Goldberg was like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And Matt Riddle was, "What's up, bro?" And Goldberg was like, "Yo, I'm not your bro." He's like,
dang, I need to see that.
He's like, we're gonna talk. And Matt Riddle was like, you can see the fear, like when dudes have real fear. But I gotta give it to Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle stood on his he stood on his box, and he said, "I said what I said. I'm not taking it back. It's my opinion, and that's what it is." And Goldberg says, "Well, we'll talk about it." And
Matt Riddle, what was it about?
He talked some shit and said that he was a trash wrestler and this and that, and talked some shit somewhere, and it got back to Goldberg, and Goldberg got backstage and checked him. And that's the thing about these podcast people. When you a wrestler, you go on all these podcasts and stuff, be careful what you say, because if a person's still alive, they're going to check you on it. and they've been stewing. So if you said it like in February on a podcast, and he didn't see you until September, oh, trust me, he's been stewing to get that at you. I'll send it to you. Matt Riddle was shook. But he stood on his box, and he told Goldberg.
Shout out Matt Riddle for for standing on business.
He said it's my opinion, and I'm gonna stand on it. But Goldberg,
shout out Matt Riddle.
Goldberg checked him.
He stood on business though, so it don't even matter. You can check me, but I still stood on business. Like, bro, you did some and he ended Bret Hart's career for real. So, but that hey, you kicked Bret Hart in the head, and he hasn't been able to wrestle since. So
I'll find it, and I'll actually share it to our page so everybody can see it. I'll re-find it and share it. Usually I'm good at sharing that stuff to our page too.
Cast as Superman to join AEW on Dynamite Wednesday.
Yep, that was tonight. That's tonight.
We might be able to check it out. We'll get out of here at 7:30.
Yeah.
GCW announced invite only backyard wrestling.
Hold up. Let's talk about that. That's pretty big,
What, the Superman thing?
The cast of Superman deciding to come on AEW versus not coming on WWE the week before it's released. I think that's, unless they're going to be on WWE next week for Raw, because the movie comes out next week. So maybe. But, okay, let's say the cast of Superman, the Superman DC movie, does not come on WWE next week. That's a good look for AEW. That's a good look for them. That's a big movie.
I still am reserved about Superman. I'll tell you why. This new guy. First of all, I'm
not that
pissed
handsome.
off at DC. But I'm pissed off at DC because they could have still used the original guy. But they said he was too old, which I didn't understand that at all. But the thing about it is, that guy was really
Henry
Superman.
Cavill?
Yeah, Henry. They said he was too old.
I think it was more. I think it was more about the contract issue. I think it was more about when this whole thing was going down. He was signed on to The Witcher. I think there was a lot of things around it.
They should make it right though. If this was his movie, oh my goodness. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Because he was Superman for real. If y'all hadn't seen Superman versus Batman or the Justice League, that was really Superman. That dude was really that big. Like, that wasn't a suit.
Yeah. And then he pops up in Deadpool as Wolverine. And
hated that. I hated it.
I loved it. Oh, I loved it.
Did you?
We were because we was waiting for it. All of us fans have been talking on the groups, and we've been waiting for that moment. I know even CM Punk was probably like, "Oh my God," because they had to get that in there. They had to put that in there because that's what everybody had been talking about. And now there's talks that when this next MCU X-Men thing happens and Secret Wars, they may be signing Hendry to a deal to play that alternate Wolverine, so I'm all for it, bro.
He'll always be Superman to me, man. I don't understand these DC and Marvel. They're so quick to change and we can get back on wrestling, but they're so quick to, if something goes wrong contract-wise, they don't ever want to fix it. They're like, we'll just pick somebody else. They don't care about the fans in that situation. Like, just like what happened with The Rock.
Marvel's been doing a good job keeping everybody. The people who did lose out, Hawkeye. He didn't want to take a cut and pay, but he obviously can't do his own stunts no more. Jeremy Renner. It's unfortunate that he ran himself over and almost killed himself with a snowplow.
Yeah.
But you can't fully act in that position. You expect them to pay you top dollar when you can't perform. I get it. So that's why Jeremy Renner's out. The word is Kang. They might be rethinking bringing Jonathan Majors back as Kang.
They should.
Who killed it. And his case is over. His case is over. So we could bring him back. And Terrence Howard, he walked away from, War Machine. That was his ego.
That was his, yeah.
He thought he was too good for War Machine, and look at what it did for, for my other guy, So
yeah.
Everybody that they've had in Marvel has been good. The problem with DC and why they've had this turnover of actors and actresses is because they've had this issue with having to change directors. And that's the problem with, when directors come in, they want to bring in their own people. When Chris Nolan was there, and so far nobody has been able to duplicate what Chris Nolan did in the Dark Knight series. Hands down, this past week, Dark Knight was voted the best superhero film of the 21st century.
With Bane?
No,
with the Joker. The Joker, yeah.
Yeah. Nothing beats that. So
nothing.
And now we got all these wrestlers which didn't even make it in here. But we've got the announcement of the Street Fighter movie coming out, and we got Cody Rhodes as Guile, is being rumored that they're trying to lock him down. They've got Roman Reigns as Akuma. They've got three wrestlers already casted. Jason Momoa is in here. The Street Fighter cast, 50 Cent. 50 Cent is in this. The cast is crazy.
Supposedly. I don't know how. I don't know if it's 100%. 50 Cent's supposed to play Ball Rod, right? I don't know.
It works for me. You don't think that's a good one?
I just don't. I think it would be dope, but we just got to see if this is the actual cast that they're shooting for.
Big ups to Roman Reigns too, because his wife just had their 6th child.
Oh, word. That's where he been then. Okay.
Yep. They just gave birth to the baby today. So
shout out to my tribal chief.
Damn, the family's a big Christmas must be on the pockets for that family.
Wait till we get to we gotta hurry so we can talk WWE because I got a hot take like a.
Okay, let's go.
GCW. Invite only backyard wrestling. 7 on July 4th at 2 p.m. That'll be on TrillerTV if y'all want to catch that out.
Secret location, bro.
That's crazy. Backyard wrestling is crazy. I used to backyard wrestling. It's crazy, okay? It's crazy. I'll never forget my guy, my tag team partner got DDT'd on the acorn, and he did not get up. And we were like, damn, either he is really hurt or he's selling the hell out of that DDT. He's selling the hell out of this. Come to find out he was really hurt.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, my name was X Dog. That was my we was the Generation X. And my brother, he put me in a move to really, he really tried to hurt me, but that's a whole nother situation. NWA, Billy Corgan appeared on Busted Open and explained how he landed the Roku deal.
6 months.
Yeah, 6 months. And
6 months it took.
NWA, baby. And y'all remember, if real wrestling fans know what NWA is. NWA wrestling was, we're going to see what happens. TNA Mike Santana added to the Slammiversary match with Trick Williams and Joe Hendry.
Trick is keeping that belt. Trick ain't giving up that belt, bro. That's a nice little match, but Trick ain't giving that belt up. He ain't losing.
Hold on, bro.
I don't care how many times you say his name.
Hold on, bro. I don't know, dog. Because
I'm gonna have to just put
it's gonna be hard for Joe.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Cause you love in London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico. They say I believe in Joe Hendry.
Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick.
It might be time. Hey, Joe might be getting his belt back, man.
Nah, bro.
Hey, you say his name.
Trick is keeping this belt. I don't care.
I would like Trick to keep it, but Joe, hey, Joe, pop up and get that belt back. It's a possibility.
What's up, Angela? Angela Pride in the chat. How's it going?
What's up, Angela? Now we are in WWE. Before we discuss this SmackDown review, right?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to talk SmackDown after the PLE and Raw already happened. So we just want to pick out the good points from SmackDown.
Yeah, really. Like Zelina Vega losing losing to Julia. I don't know what's going on with Zelina Vega.
We called it. She hurt. She can't wrestle.
Her 619 was trash.
She hurting people. She's not on point. Like I said, she only got that belt because she locked the deal down that got her husband there. And that was the way they paid her back. But she didn't keep it long because she can't wrestle. And I thought they was working towards something between her and Cardi B at SummerSlam. But it don't even look like this has happened. Julia is the real deal. And she gets the belt after only being 6 months. Not even 6 months in the WWE.
Yeah, shout out to Julia. She's great. Night of Champions review. Oh, no. Montez Ford's what the fuck moment.
Bro. So here's the story behind the scenes.
Talk about that.
The word behind the scenes is that there's a battle. There's a battle going on right now between Triple H and the Street Profits. Triple H wants Montez to be a singles. But and this is a good question for the Black Men's chat. This is something. That's his boy. Dawkins is his boy.
Right.
Montez is like, this is my boy. I can't move up if my boy's not moving up. But we've watched this. We've watched Montez week after week after week, and Montez is head and shoulders above Dawkins. I hate to say it. And granted, that's your boy, but Kevin, when does it come time that you got to say, hey, I got a wife and kids, and I kind of got to...
it's weird, too.
You know?
Because Montez, I watched him and Bianca's reality show, and all he's ever talking about is how he wants to be the world heavyweight champion as singles. Now,
but he's loyal to his boy. And after what he did on SmackDown... I have never seen a brother or any wrestler, any color, go over everybody goes over the ropes. This dude went up and over the post, the corner post.
Oh yeah, he always does that move. Yeah.
That move is
front
crazy.
Flip. Does that front flip in the corner, yeah.
That is, because if you mess up and you hit your head on that post coming around, you're yo, there's just
well,
too
he like
much to go wrong.
6'3", so yeah, he jumping high. He jump high and everything.
That's a wrap, bro. When do you tell your boy, I got to think about myself? I get it, Kevin. I get it. And we've seen dudes in this position, dudes who've done jail together, you know, and still loyal. But when do you
can be loyal to a fault, man.
When do you say eventually, I gotta think about myself, bro?
I mean, he needs to, you know.
Because Montez ain't getting any
things.
younger either. You know what I'm saying? So all the stuff he does now is going to deteriorate as he gets older. He's got to capture it now.
Flying over the post. But then he might be thinking also, like, we got the tag team championships. Triple H, you want me to be a solo, a singles guy, but there's not enough belts. Remember I said that. It's not enough belts. Unless you're going to bring out a television championship or something like that.
Which I thought they was going to have by now. I figured
it's weird that they haven't done that.
Yeah.
Nobody. The hardcore belt is being held hostage. Like, why?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, take that from him.
And Montez is too good for the hardcore belt. Montez is too good for the hardcore belt.
But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? So it's that hardcore belt, but that hardcore belt, the one he has is fire.
Oh, I know.
But it's being held hostage. They don't have, like, they need to create a television belt or something, but they need another belt. Or Montez, it would just be caught up in the whole, like Jey Uso. He may win it, hold it for 20 days, 30 days, and that's that. So we'll see what happens.
Would you have a problem telling your boy, hey, I gotta move up after a while, you know?
No. Because I think we all gotta have, you know, even though we've had success together, he knows that what he wants to be. Like he knows that Montez wants this badly. Bianca wants it for him badly. So Dawkins, bro, you just gonna have to like just continue wrestling. Try to find your niche in wrestling somehow.
Just be Jimmy.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Basically. And Jimmy is cool with being Jimmy. Big Jimmy. I still believe that he should get a push to get some kind of belt. I don't care if it's the Intercontinental belt. But yeah, I mean, hell, bring Montez in and have him fight for the Intercontinental belt. You know, to see how it will be. What the fans would think. You know, you gotta do something, but not a Champions review. Cody Rhodes defeated Randy Orton. That was a good match. But Randy was getting his butt whipped a lot. I don't know. I feel like
we saw
they
the
were
shades
putting
of
Cody over again.
We saw shades of bad Cody during that match again. When he was, you know what I'm saying? But then Randy did the same thing when he took the turnbuckle off. So they both showed shades of their bad side. It was a good match. You know, all this was Randy Orton, who trained. You know, this is a guy who actually pretty much was involved with training Cody Rhodes when he came in this business. So this was just Randy Orton putting him over.
That's what he did.
Yeah.
We both were wrong about this. Rhea Ripley, she beat Raquel in that street fight. We thought she was gonna lose because
I thought the injury was
happening,
happening, but nope. You know why? Because she's gonna be a big part of Evolution, and then whatever happens will happen because she's a big part of Evolution. And as we see what happened on Raw, we see kind of where they're headed.
Yep.
This one surprised me too.
Sami Zayn, he beat Karrion Kross. And so he's still not turning. I don't know what they're doing. He's still not turning heel yet.
Yeah.
Not even a little bit.
Well, and here's the thing though, too. Karrion Kross gets his moment in the PLE, which we've talked about in this show. You know, people have been, you know, the fan base has been wanting to see him in the PLE. I think he did pretty good in this PLE for himself.
He did great.
Yeah, he did great, and it was outside this country, so he shows that he can pull a base outside this country. Big ups to Karrion Kross, It was, Sami Zayn gets a much needed win because he hadn't had many wins, but
Sami Zayn had a win since when?
Yeah, I mean, I was happy. I was happy for both. I felt like this match, even though Karrion lost, it showed that Karrion can carry, and I like that.
The thing about Karrion Kross that I like is that even when he loses, he doesn't. Even when he loses, he wins.
Mm-hmm.
Based off of his character, it's not about wins and losses for him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, that was dope. I was pissed about this. Solo Sikoa. We was wrong about this. Solo Sikoa defeats Jacob Fatu to win the United States Championship, and we finally see.
I don't think we were pissed about this because I think when he showed up in the dark match in SmackDown last week, the answer was there for us. That answer was there for us.
Well, one thing I didn't see was Tongaloa showed up, and then they brought out their little brother.
Yeah, that was the surprise. Tongaloa coming back was the surprise. That was the surprise.
And the little brother.
Yes.
The little brother that's 7 feet tall. My hot take. Remember I told you.
We're already building for Survivor Series right here.
Right. Remember I told you, I said, yo, this is going to cause, I said, something's going to happen. It's going to cause Jacob to have to form his own team, his own alliance.
Because the numbers game is Solo right now. We're always talking the numbers game in wrestling. And right now, Solo got the numbers.
I seen a video. Zilla was watching the fight. He got pissed off. He looked at the camera. He said, Jacob, I'm only one phone call away.
And he signed. People are forgetting he signed. Zilla is signed.
Is he?
Quietly. Yes, he is. That was announced way back that Zilla was quietly signed. They got a whole mess of people quietly signed. So
just like the guy that Tongaloa and them brother, he been signed for a while too. They just was waiting for the right.
That's right. They've been waiting for the right moment.
This is
Michael Cole. I felt bad
crazy
for Michael Cole because Michael Cole messed up because when he came out, he thought that he was the other guy that's still out, but he messed up. He had to correct himself.
Tonga. He thought it was Tonga.
Yeah, he thought it was. So he messed up there. I'm like, it's two different people, bro. Two different people. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
It's only a matter of time before we see Zilla. And I believe what's going to happen, we're going to see Roman at SummerSlam come back.
He's got to come back for Jacob. He has to.
He's going to come back. He's going to get Jacob. And then Jacob's going to call Zilla. And it's going to be yo, the bloodline is going to be even more powerful. Jimmy, Jay, Jacob, Roman, Zilla.
And like I just said, Roman just had
his
sixth kid. Roman just had his sixth kid with his wife, so the bloodline storyline can go for years now.
Yeah, 6 kids.
They just keep building.
When we gone, they're gonna be in the. It's crazy. Jade Cargill defeats Asuka. I thought Asuka was gonna win. I was wrong about that.
Yeah, I felt Jade was gonna get that push. It was a good match. Jade was definitely out wrestled. Asuka is just way more talented. Jade looked good because Asuka is such a great wrestler. There was some miscues, there was some things there, but the problem with Jade is she is just so over. And shout out to Jade coming out of the storm all the way down to the contact lenses, bro.
Yeah, that was dope.
That was. I'm like, Marvel's calling for their lawsuit, bro. They're gonna make you pay like they made Hulk Hogan pay for that name. You know, you keep calling yourself the Storm, Marvel's coming, and you'll pay.
Well,
she'll pay just like Hulk Hogan did because it paid off for using that name and getting paid.
Yep.
So,
and then,
oh, you know what bothers me though about? Well, we'll get in. The Night of the Champions is, man. The fact that all the women had to be covered up was horrible. and when you go back to Rhea Ripley and Rodriguez, they both came out in the Catwoman costume, and I was like, you could obviously tell that they weren't sure. If you watch Jonathan Coachman, remember, they weren't sure if they were going to cancel Night of the Champions or not because of what happened in Iran. So they weren't sure. So when you watch these women's matches, you could tell that all of their suits was something that they put together in a short time because they did not know that these ladies, because they had to be all covered up, but they could have went with different stuff, but they didn't. You know, a lot of the women all had the same thing on. Even Tiffany Stratton on the night before, she came out in like a motorcycle suit, and I'm like, damn, she got to be hot up in there because you and. I'm like, this is crazy, but yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, they won't ever let the women show in this game.
And I saw somebody post a picture of next year's Battle Royale, and it was all the women were wearing Power Ranger suits. I was dying, but I'm like, man, the cameraman had not much to work with in the women's matches, but Jade Cargill killed it. She came out as Storm. And she killed it. Felicia says it's a better storyline with Naomi.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Maybe. That's only if she wins, though. But Naomi has that Money in the Bank. So.
Yeah.
Either way, Stratton's going to get.
And she came down to cash it in and got denied again, so.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of Money in the Bank, WWE almost had me before we head into Raw. They almost had me buying that Money in the Bank Seth Rollins' new briefcase.
Oh, the actual one?
That black and gold that might look good in the back there, Kevin. and here's the thing. When you watch it on Netflix, it popped right up. As soon as he came out with that briefcase, it come right up and said, order now. Right now, 10% off, and I was real close.
You almost,
because that I was like, I would never order. I was like, but when that one came out, I was like, that's fire, bro. That shit's fire.
It's almost as fire as the senior Money in the Bank one. That mug, that purple.
Oh.
Yeah, I understand what you mean by that one. It's hard. John Cena defeated CM Punk to retain the undisputed WWE Championship.
Let's be honest, he really didn't defeat him.
Yeah, he didn't. Which means they're going to wrestle again.
Seth Rollins really defeated him.
Which means they're going to wrestle again at some point.
So,
because Punk life is real. Basic thugonomics.
And that was ill. When you told me that he roasted that man, I'm like, how bad? And then I watched it, and I'm like, bro, why'd he do that?
He came out dressed like him, bro. I was like,
and he spit fire. He spit fire. He spit bars on John Cena. I'm sure John Cena wrote that for him. I'm sure he wrote it for him. But he went scorched earth on John Cena. That we just saw that right there is if we had to pick promo of the year, we should at the end of the year we should do our top 3 promos of the year. And if I had to say what would my top 3 right now is him and John Cena the week before Pipe Bomb. So those two are definitely in my running. LA Knight, as much as I don't like him, LA Knight cuts some good promos.
He does.
The shit he says sometimes is kind of funny, but Jacob's getting up there. Jacob's getting up there with his promos.
Yeah, yada I mean. Real quick, let's review Raw. Finn Balor and JD McDonough defeated the New Day. I was so happy. I was so happy.
And it was a good ass match
too.
It was a good ass match too.
I'm jumping around and shit. I'm happy as hell that we don't have to see them for a while. I'm so happy.
Judgment Day's back, dripping in gold.
Yep, dripping in gold, Judgment Day.
And no live.
Rusev
Ugh.
defeated Sheamus. I'm so tired of looking at Rusev wrestle, yo. I'm sorry.
I don't understand it.
I'm sorry. You let go Braun Strowman for Rusev. Come on, man. And I know Braun can come back at any time. That was one of the things Triple H said. Like he can come back whenever.
Yeah. I mean, he left because he got his own TV show now, so he's gone. He's gone for that. It wasn't bad blood. It wasn't like a lot of people thought. He's got a TV show, and he has to go and fulfill that show. But I think there was a lot of other big guys that they could have built to fulfill that place.
Just move up Oba Femi. Move him up.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Move
One
Oba
of the
Femi
things
up.
that we don't have on here mentioned though, I gotta give a big shout out. Bronson Reed cutting the promo for a Jurassic Park movie. This bro was like, yo, he was like Morgan Freeman up in here. You see him? I'm like, yo, this dude, Bronson Reed is doing this promo for Jurassic Park like he's the next Morgan Freeman, bro. I was about to add him. I was about to be like, yo, bro, that's your side gig right there. I could see you doing all these school videos and stuff. I'm like Bronson Reed up in here with the voice like that. Because we never really hit, you know what I'm saying? He killed it, bro. If y'all haven't seen that, check it in. Oh, Chris Rogers is in the chat. What's up, Chris? Yeah, Bronson Reed killed it. I was surprised. I had to rewind it and watch it again. I'm like, damn. This
Reed.
dude.
Shout out to Bronson Reed for coming back healthy and killing it. He's killing it.
Yeah.
Tsunami and everybody. He's killing people.
That's a good little squad right there.
Yeah, for sure. Bailey and Lyra ended in a draw. They did that so it can be a triple threat at SummerSlam, I believe. Or at Saturday Night.
The good-looking Bailey showed up that week.
I don't ever see these when you talking about Bailey, like when she be looking bad. I don't ever like. I don't know, though. I don't ever see these, man. She's like she's probably my favorite wrestler because she mimics her. Not probably, she is my favorite wrestler because she mimics her style off Macho Man, and she likes that elbow off the top rope. And Macho Man was one of my favorite. Macho Man used to deliver that elbow drop. That's why I like when CM Punk delivers that elbow drop like Macho Man. That's just dope, man. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed defeated Sami Zayn and Penta. I love how they using Penta. Man. 7:32. Real quick, the announcements here. LFG will return for a second season. So season 2 of LFG is coming. Be on the lookout for that. Also, Netflix global ratings down again. It's probably because
summer's here. A lot of people are gonna catch up on the weekend. They're not gonna watch it live. They're gonna catch up on it.
They got stuff to do. Yeah.
Yep. So Monday night is is crazy, and they know that's why they put SmackDown back to 2 hours. There's no reason. And to be honest, I feel like SmackDown is a much better show at the 2 hour mark.
Me too.
I think you get you get a lot more in. And we're looking at these PLEs. They're cutting back on the amount of matches here. We had 6 matches in this last PLE. There's sometimes a little bit is better. Chris in the chat says Bronson and Braun should take the tag team titles. Well, the Wyatt 6 is playing into this whole thing too now. They've got all these guys in check right now. So let's see what happens.
We're gonna see what happens. I think at some point, Bronson and Braun will have the tag team championships. At some point, I can see that happening.
They have to. That's a crazy match for them right there. They
next week, y'all. Instead of Tuesday night, we'll be on Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next week, and then we'll go back. The week after that, we'll be back to Tuesday nights.
Yeah, it's my fault. I'm going to see Superman on Tuesday night. Amazon.
Ain't no fault. It's just life.
I'm going to see
Who don't want to go see Superman?
On Tuesday night, Amazon Prime. So here's the deal, people. If you didn't pay attention to your Amazon Prime video account, Amazon had sent a message out for those who wanted to see Superman early. You went on Amazon Prime, you went into Amazon Prime Video, you filled it out, and you were able to get 2 tickets in your town to see Superman on July 8th before it opens on the 13th. But here's the deal. If you go and see it on July 8th, they're giving us a code that will allow us to watch Superman at home on Amazon afterwards. And we can watch it anytime we want. That's crazy. So I can't say this live, but y'all know I got a big ass screen in my backyard with a projector. I'm gonna let you all just put your imagination to work. I'm not going to jail and having the pirates become, but
no. Not at all. But great show tonight. Y'all, pray y'all have a great night, great evening. My name is Lito.
Safe
July 4th for sure. No craziness. Go just kick it with your family or whoever your loved ones are, your friends.
Leave the
Don't
politics
even be out here
talk,
in the streets.
Leave the politics talk out of the cookout.
Yeah.
If you go on the cookouts, white people listening, again, we just have to remind you, if you've been invited to a black cookout, no raisins in the potato salad, please.
Hell no. No raisins.
And I'll try to get that. I see the video the other day of this white kid. He went to a black cookout for the first time, and he had 2 plates stacked up. And they asked him how the food was. He's like, it's fire. He had to look at it. He's like, it's fire. And then they showed him like 10 minutes later, and bro was like this on the couch.
Sleep. And look, check this out. There's something called grill etiquette, y'all. White folks, if you go to a black barbecue, just know that your burger is going to be burnt as well as your hot dogs, okay? Hot dogs burnt, burgers burnt. That's how we do them, okay? Chicken is going to be a little burnt. Not too burnt, not too crazy. A little burnt on the chicken. Ribs are going to be falling off the bone, okay? There will be collard greens. There will be potato salad. Please, if you bring the potato salad, like Sinister said, no raisins because we don't do that. There will be what else do we have at the cookout?
Oh, white people are looking out for. Yeah, there is one more thing though. If you see everybody getting anxious and getting excited and pulling out cards and they're talking about they playing spades and you think it might look like it's fun and you might want to get in, if you don't know how to play spades, stay away from the table.
Stay away from the table.
Stay away
from the spade table if you can't play spade. Stay away from the dominoes table if you can't play dominoes.
Yeah, we don't need you to renege and mess up people's books.
Because we will be pissed. Outside of that, have a safe 4th of July. We will see y'all next week. For my man Sinista1, I'm Lito. This is Turnbuckles and Spilt podcast, and we out. Y'all be cool.
In me in vantage point, so I can't abandon joints. Gotta grab the coins, pay me wickedly. Superman of Thor, who am I? Haters mimic me, and they fans cheer him on with their capabilities. Wow. Double entendre, crazy lyrically. Had to read a page in Timothy to take it seriously. Cause I ain't scared, I ain't got no fear, baby, get with me. Open doors for the people, you can say it's chivalry. I drop bombs, it'll be a day in infamy. Mainly cause all my ops feeling painful instantly. Stay for sympathy, not me. Creating imagery that everybody you like. I made a simile.